hiding, I have built a template and you watched me punch the holes. So basically the template, all it is measurement on the bottom is 1 inch measurement, and on the top row it's a 1/2 inch offset at the beginning and then every inch. So it's not that difficult to do. And I just labeled the sewing stations in here, so there are 9 of them, 9 holes. We're going to start with the 4th hole, and in order to do that you will need the thread, which is the waxed thread, and you're going to need about 10 lengths of the thread. So you go ahead and measure 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a half, so that will give you 10 lengths. That's because we're going to be doing a lot of different stitching going in and out, and I usually give it 1 little extra just in case. I'm going to thread it through and we'll start sewing. So I'm going to start with the 4th hole right here from the back, always from the back. And you always want to start, you will notice that with my other demo, that you always want to start with the 2nd hole down. So like this. Make sure that you leave the tail dangling. We're going to use it to tie the thread later on. So I'm going to go around, loop, and go through the same 4th hole, come out here, just like that. And I'm going to walk down. So next thing I want to do is go through the 5th hole. And loop around it. Like this. So my next move is, if I look in the back, my next move is to come back here and finish this section. So I'm going to go back to the 4th hole. Like this. So since the 5th hole is finished now, I'm going to jump here to the 6th hole. Loop around and come out through the 6th hole again. But be careful not to go through the thread, for the middle of the thread. Sometimes you split the thread and it's really hard to undo it. So I'm back and I want to fill this space right now. So which takes me back to the 5th hole. And back to the 6th hole. So that's how I completed the full section. And I will repeat this here as well. So from the 6th hole, my next thing is to go to the 7th hole through the back, because that's where my thread is. Then come through. And then I'm going to loop around, always loop around, and go back like that. Then I'm going to go back to the 6th hole, because that's the space that needs to be filled in. There should not be any empty, not connected dots. So all the dots should be connected. So I'm going to connect that. Now take a guess where I'm going to go next. I'm going to go to the 8th hole through the back right here. I'm going to connect that. Now if this bothers you, the dangling end, you can take a little bit of the Scotch tape and just tape it down temporarily so it doesn't come undone. So now you can sew. I'm gonna go back here. in here. Loop around. And then loop around, go here. Go back into the 6th hole. Loop around. And then loop around here. So then there is this little piece to fill. So I'm going to go back here and go through the 8th hole and then fill that space between 8th and 6th holes. So I'm connecting those. And you can see how this part is complete. So now I'm going to jump to here and do the same thing on this side.